Welcome. Today we're going to be speaking about the immune system and how the immune system protects us from allergies, from viral infections, from other toxins. In the immune system, it is divided into two different parts. There is the innate system and the adaptive system. The innate system are your first responders. They are your defense forces. They constantly scan the body looking for pathogens or any kind of poisons or issues in the system and clears them out very, very quickly. In the innate system, there are 5 types of white blood cells which are all made inside of our bone marrow. These later move into our lymph organs where they mature. First one is called the neutrophil. This is the most common one that's constantly scanning the blood looking for any issues. Basophils, these are like mast cells. Mast cells are in our organs, basophils are in the blood. They will create histamine where is necessary. Eosinophils, these love acid. I particularly like them because they get rid of parasites out of our body. Macrophages. These are like Pac-Men. These are called big eaters, and these will eat up any cells that have viruses inside of them or other pathogens. And then we have our natural killer cells, and these do exactly what it says. They will come in and take out any cell or any rogue pathogen that's causing issues in our body. The innate system does not need to be activated. They are our first responders, scanning constantly and will act immediately. The adaptive immune system must be triggered. It has to be turned on. The adaptive system is turned on by the macrophages, or sometimes the dendrites. And what these do, the Pac-Men, is they'll come and swallow up a cell that has viral load in it, for example. And then it tells the body by replicating that on the outside or mirroring that on the outside. So this lets the body know this is an infected macrophage. And what it needs is what are called T helper cells to come in and to grab that cell and either take out the virus or cause cell apoptosis, which is to kill the cell completely. So the adaptive immune system, these are our T and B cells. Our T cells are created in the thymus and our B cells are created in the bones. Both the T cells and the B cells require activation. Once a pathogen is found and removed, both the T and the B cells create memory cells. So if you come across this pathogen again in the future, the body will immediately recognize it and be able to take it out of the system. When a B cell is activated, it swells up and fills with plasma. These are antibody making machines. When this happens, it also attracts macrophages, which is our Pac-Men, and collectively they do a terrific job at preventing pathogens from developing any further, and the macrophages then are able to gobble them up. White blood cells in the adaptive immune system are also called leukocytes, and these travel the blood, they go into the tissues of the body, and then they'll drain back out through the lymph system. It's the lymphatic system that is collecting all of these toxins. It is a fluid that runs around all of our body, and then it is drained out through our kidneys. When the macrophage gobbles up the pathogen, okay, and then the outside it has the antigens to show all the other cells. This is also described as a cat bringing a mouse home. It's all so happy to present these antigens to the helper T cells to clear them out of the body. So you can see we have an inner militia that's all too happy to be your defense force, loves to be very efficient at clearing these out of the body. What happens if you don't have the helper T cells to clear the pathogens out of the body? Well, then the body is running into immune issues and the pathogen has a potential of overpowering it unless it's able to get help. And this brings us into a place of being chronically fatigued and tired, and the body's energy systems vastly worn out. And this is also why we must support our immune system, regardless of what pathogens are in the body, to encourage these white blood cells to be at their prime to clear pathogens out of the body. On the other hand, What if it's overworking and is recognizing things that aren't pathogens as pathogens? And that's where we come into allergies and autoimmune. So you can see in the system in between the innate and in the activated system that this is where we get our inflammations and our issues with energy, and that the white blood cells are having a bit of a difficult time clearing pathogens out of the system. The adaptive immune system has what are called T helper cells. The thing about the T helper cells is they must be able to recognize the pathogen. They're pathogen specific. So if you've already had, say, chickenpox as a kid, the body ought to have an adaptive immunity already. And when you come across it later on, it's able to clear it really, really quickly. Where you're introduced to a virus or pathogen that you have never ever experienced before, the innate system will begin to clear it. It will ask for the adaptive system to come in. It is not going to recognize it, so it's not going to have the T helper cells, therefore it's going to have to make them. So that takes that little bit longer. All going well, you won't suffer the same illness twice. The body will clear it very well. Memory cells are very, very vigilant and they're always scanning the body. Our white blood cells, our inner militia, is vigilant and is constantly scanning, taking care of the integrity of all of our systems and cells and keeping us healthy and strong.